Alright, so today I'm going to be going over a passage called Hi, or rather, it doesn't really have a name, just the first line is Hi, so that's the name of it, I guess. Um, First of all, I'll go ahead and read through it like always. Hi, I am Shailesh. I live. I am Shailesh. Live in Delhi. I'm working. I am working professional. I like desserts more than main course food. I joined Lang-8 because whenever I face an interview, I do not able to resent myself in front of them. Okay. Um, so there's a lot of things wrong with this. I don't mean to be insulting. I'm just letting you know there are a lot of things wrong with this. Uh, First of all, hi. Um, since that's your first word, capitalize it. If that is in fact your title should be capitalized as well. Um, so capitalize your title or the first word of sentences. Okay. Um, Second sentence. I hope I'm saying your name right, by the way. And um, Actually, let's see. I'm not actually sure how to pronounce your whether it's Delhi or Delhi. I'm not sure. Let me find that out real quick. Um, all right. So I looked it up. It says it's Delhi with no h sound. So I'm gonna go with that. Um, let's see. I don't know if that's capitalized or I can't really tell on my font whether. No, looks like it's not capitalized. Okay, so um, when you're talking, I'm guessing you haven't practiced writing much, or learned much. Many. I haven't learned very much writing grammar. Um, so the first word of a sentence is always, 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 always capitalized. All right, no matter what it is. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So I needs to be capitalized, and also, Shailesh, you're an important person. So people people's names are always, 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 always capitalized. So capitalize that S. Um, and then, since this is kind of like a two-part sentence, I am Shailesh. I live in Delhi. We would normally put a comma here or some sort of thing to. Let me put that in red for you. Seriously? Alright, okay. Um, since that's since it's kind of like a two-part sentence, we put a comma there or something to connect it, and kind of give it a, a, a break, I guess. So you could also say something like, I am Shailesh and I live in Delhi. And then also, I don't know how you say things like this in your language, but in English we bring up the topic a lot. Um, so you need that I there. You need to tell us that you are the one that lives in Delhi. Um, I live in Shailesh, live in Delhi. That doesn't make sense to us. We would know what you mean, but we don't talk like that. Like I said, that's probably how you would say it in in your native language. You would say your name and then just say live in Delhi, whatever the words in your language are for that. Um, so, excuse me. So yeah, that's that. We need to bring up the fact that you are the one in Delhi. Nice job capitalizing the D in Delhi. since it's a country, that's a proper noun. Proper nouns always get a capital letter. All right. Once again, let's go ahead and capitalize this I. I am working professional. Okay. So we need an A here. This is kind of a tricky concept. This is one of those things that foreigners get wrong very, very often. Because I think in other languages, I don't really know. I'm studying Japanese, and I don't really know about any other languages, but in Japanese, it seems like they don't have things like A. A is it's not even really a word. It's more of like just a bit that goes in between words to make sense of the sentence. And so I think that's a really confusing concept for foreigners of any country, because I don't think many languages have things like that. So the reason this A goes there is a very good question. So if you said, I am working professional, we would understand you, but you would sound like a foreigner, which I'm guessing you want to sound as close to natural or native English as possible. That's why you're studying. So the A kind of just says you're one working professional. A kind of means one. So like in sentences like I have a piece of cake, that means you have one piece of cake. Or I have a baseball, that means you have one baseball, right? And you just need to say that you are one working professional. Why? Who knows? English is a very tough language, and props to you for studying it. And good luck, because you're in for a ride, I can tell you that. So that's, I guess, my best explanation for why that A needs to go there. So I like desserts more than main course food. This, I would say that makes sense. Once again, the I needs to be capitalized once again. First letter of the sentence right there. And then we don't typically say main course food. Well, that's just not a very commonly used phrase, main course food. I guess it is. It is kind of common, but that's really, I think, the best way that you can say this sentence. I like desserts more than main course food. Actually, I think a better way, I will leave this like this. Actually, I'll put it over here. Or I like desserts more than, I think this one sounds a little bit better. More than the main course. More than the main course. I like desserts more than the main course. I like desserts more than the main course, or more than main course food. Either of those would be fine. I would say this one sounds a little bit more like something a native English speaker would say. But both are fine, so I don't want to discourage you from saying this one, because that's perfectly understandable. Let's see. I think that's about all I can say for that sentence. And I do agree with you. Dessert, delicious. Main course, it's all right. I joined Lang-8 because whenever I face an interview, I do not able to resent myself in front of them, or in font of them. All right, so this one is the most difficult sentence of them all. Obviously, it's the longest one, and there's a lot in it. There's a couple things wrong. First of all, we gotta work on these capitalize sentence start, the beginning of sentences. So I expect your next post to have all capital letters in front of every sentence. Got that? All right. I'm counting on it. I joined Lang-8 because whenever I face... Okay, I is always capitalized when it's just I by itself. I hope I didn't... Oh, I missed some of those. Oh, I missed a bunch of those back there. I'll fix those. Sorry I missed that in all of these. Or I guess it's just in this one. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. Sorry. It's just this sentence that you have I in it more than once. Alright. So, back at the beginning. I joined Lang-8 because whenever I face an interview, that's fine. But we would normally not say whenever I face an interview. A native would most likely say whenever I have an interview, or whenever I am in an interview. Yeah, either whenever I have an interview, or whenever I am in an interview. A couple of those would be better choices. So I'll go ahead and redden that for you. Okay. So we need a comma here. The reasoning for that comma, because you're kind of making like a when then statement. So when you say like, so I know that you don't have a then in this sentence, but if you think about it, a then could go here. It's omitted most of the time. So don't worry about it. You omitted it, and that's fine. And if you don't know what omit means, it means to leave out. So you left out the then, and that's fine. We do it all the time. So I joined Lang-8 because whenever I have an interview, then this. So when you say when this, then that, right? When this happens, then something else happens. So in a sentence like that, you need a comma right here to split up the when part from the then part. So for an example, when I eat apples, I feel better. When I eat apples, I feel better. You could also say when I eat apples, then I feel better. We wouldn't say that, but that's really kind of what's being said. When I eat apples, then I feel better. And when you do whatever, needs to be separated from by a comma from the then part, the after part. So that's that. I'll go ahead and get rid of that then, because it normally won't sound right when you say the then, but it's really kind of there. It's there in our mind. Like we expect, then something's gonna happen. When this, then something's gonna happen. Sorry if I'm talking really fast. So I do not able to resent. Okay. So this needs to be an am. I am not able. I am not able. Not I do not able. So do. So do is an action, right? It's a verb. If you do something, then you're like actively doing it, right? So if you're running, you're doing that action. You're actively running. You're moving your legs. You know, you're being active. But in this case, you're not really being active. Not being able to present yourself is not an active action. So it's kind of you are just being, you're simply being not able to present yourself. Like that, it's not an action. So you wouldn't say I do in that situation. So I am not able to resent. Okay, so resent, that's not the right word you want. You want present. Present. Let's make that red. I am not able to present. So resent without the P, that means to like dislike or to hate, kind of. It. So you don't hate yourself. Hopefully you don't hate yourself. So you don't want to say you resent myself. It's present myself. So present. Oops, let's make that red again. Present means to. If I present something to you, I'm showing you. So in this case, I'm not able to present myself in front of them. You're not able to show yourself, is what you're saying. You're not able to show yourself to the people that are interviewing you. And I'm assuming that's why you want to learn English, so that you can present yourself in front of an English interviewer, an English speaking interviewer. And then also myself, it's one word. All right. Myself is one word. Let's make that red so you can see it. In font. Oh, you said font of them. Okay, so font. That's a different word. Font means well, in text, I don't know any other meaning for font, but in text it means like the size of the thing you're writing. So like, so this how can I say this? So the font, so this is one size. If you zoom up, it becomes bigger. That's a bigger font. So, yeah. I guess that's the only way I can really say that. It's the letters are just printed larger. So you want to say front in front of them. So front means it's hard to explain that word. I mean, you know what the word means since you used it. But front means ahead, right? Ahead, like in front of. I can't define front without saying front. It's ahead or before. I mean, if someone's in front of you in line, they're before you in line, right? Or they're ahead of you in line. If someone's in front of you in a room, you're facing them, right? Because your front is your face. See, if someone's in front of you, then you are facing them. I hope that's not too confusing. I hope this video is not too long. It's 20 minutes. Wow. All right. Well, I hope I was able to help. Good luck with your English, and thanks for watching.